welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Social Together. I'm Audrey.
I'm Brodie.
And today we're going to be talking about the importance of engaging with your audience online.
I think engaging with your audience is probably like one of the most important things at getting like super fans and getting people who are really in love with your product or your service. As a consumer of something, you want to know that the company or brand cares about you. And I think that's really important for your audience to know that you care about them enough to respond and show that you are listening to their feedback and to their either criticisms of what you have to offer.
Totally. And from a marketing perspective, I would say that having engagement as a part of your marketing plan is really, really important. Because if you're just focused on the numbers and you are not treating people as such, like as humans, then you're really missing out. It's going to be a ton of numbers with literally nothing to back it up.
I think it's important to make it a conversation, because even like we said in our last video, you can gain stuff from your audience. You can gain pointers and tips on how to improve what you're doing. It's basically like a feedback pool of information. On a numbers level, if you're engaging with your audience, you're just going to aggregate more engagement, so I mean, on Instagram, I know the way it works, the more comments you get, the more exposure you're going to get. So, and that works from your own personal comments too. So I think just overall, I mean, it's just a super important thing to do.
How is the best way to utilize the story feature to get more engagement or get more feedback from your fans?
Yeah, I mean, they have the poll feature, they have the questions feature, they've got that sliding feature. All these features are really ways for you to engage with your audience, get them to, like I said before, give you feedback, or to just get them to engage with your content. Because if they are paying enough attention to click a button on something that you ask, that means they're going to pay attention the next time that you post something. I think it all goes back to, just making them want to be involved in your page and making them want to be involved in your brand, because at the end of the day, like, that's the goal, is to have people want to see what you have to say.
Yeah, and I think when you're using these features, you should be using them on a regular basis, but you should be using them with the intention to share the results with your audience and demonstrate that their response actually matters. So the story feature in general is just really powerful. It's such a great tool for encouraging engagement. I suggest posting in your story every day. From a marketing standpoint, because it keeps you top of mind. I think that there's more value today in posting in the story every day and more frequently than there is to posting in the feed. And you can continually use those poll features, the question feature, and even the quiz feature, which is so fun.
Yeah, the quiz is cool.
Who loves quizzes?
And always, staying conversational, asking questions, whether that's for entertainment or for feedback, that's just going to engage them and give them a say. Because really, on the internet, everybody just wants to put their opinion out there, regardless of what it is, if it's simple or more complex. Like, people just love putting their thoughts out there nowadays. So, and you can use that to your benefit. So.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of comments and asking questions, one of the best ways that you can interact on your feed is through responding to comments and also soliciting comments. And one way that you can do that is by putting a question in your caption. And that encourages people to give their side of what you're talking about, or just give some feedback on maybe the topic that you're sharing.
I think the best way to, get people to engage is ask questions. I mean that, because like I just said, people want to answer, people want to put their opinion out. I think my favorite thing to do is opinionated questions, because if you ask yes or no questions, like, sure, you're going to get some comments, but if you ask something that's opinionated, people will want to tell you, so.
And be ready.
Yeah.
Be ready for them to tell you, because they will tell you. And then you might have to do some damage control in the comment sections to keep it civil.
Another way to engage is in your direct messaging.
Yes.
You know, if you are a larger account or even a smaller account, you might be getting like a lot of messages, even if it's a simple one like hey or thanks or this is cool or an emoji or something like that. I think it's really important to message them back, regardless. You know, to say, you know, that they've been noticed. You know, if they send you an emoji, send them an emoji back. You know, if a brand responds to you, it's like, wow, like this brand, you know, regardless of how many followers they have, it's like, wow, this brand responded to me, so they care. So
yeah,
I think that's really important.
I think general etiquette for a business page is respond to every comment and respond to every message. Mm-hmm. And then also too, another area of etiquette as far as engagement goes is if you're getting tagged, if people are tagging you, like make sure you like the photo and leave an emoji comment or something cool so that they know that you saw their content. I know for some brands you're getting tagged in so much stuff and that's like pretty much impossible to do, but it is not too difficult to set aside time to just like and respond to the people who are tagging your products or giving you a shout out or, you know, featuring you on their page. Once you get to a point with your page where you have like a solid following, your focus should shift from numbers to connections.
Yeah, connections and content for
sure.
Yeah,
because once you have the numbers, don't get consumed with wanting just more numbers for the sake of having more numbers, which is a reoccurring thing that we've talked about, you know, in every single video that we've done up until this point, because connection matters, and we're very passionate about creating connections and helping businesses create these connections with their users online. So your shift of focus should happen. You should make it a point to connect. You should make it a point to engage, and you should make it a point to keep growing. But once you get to a certain point, your growth is going to be more successful in your content and your engagement than just your numbers.
I think keeping in mind that these are people on the other end, that's the biggest thing. You know, they're not just numbers. You can have 10,000 followers, and if nobody really cares, they're not going to buy anything from you. But if you can affect one person enough and they buy something from you, that's worth it. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, I hope that you guys are encouraged by this video to go out today and engage and maybe meet one of your new followers, try to get to know them, connect with them on a deeper level, go leave some comments, go leave some likes, and respond to your direct messages. And maybe post a poll in your story, who knows. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next month with another social media marketing tip.